Well, don't have a whole lot to talk about, as these are, other than old comics, which I may or may not do a study of for this show. The three new ones were these: Moon Knight, Savage Sword of Conan #2, and then the House of Brainiac special with Superman. And I finished the final issue of Superman 78, the metal curtain. I just didn't get an image of it. But overall, these are mostly disappointing. First of all, Moon Knight, once again, another therapy session, this time with 8-Ball, the idiot villain who's trying to be good. So he's the narrator of the story as Tigra and Hunter's Moon confront the fake Moon Knight, now revealed to be the Shroud. And he just thought Moon Knight was a cooler name, and so he wanted to take it. It's all very stupid. And then it ends as a tie-in to their Blood Hunt event. And guess who's really interested in that? Not me. So anyway, I don't know. It's probably time to move on from Moon Knight, and that's unfortunate. Savage Sword of Conan. Of course, the Conan titles are probably the best comic books available now, and certainly the regular comic book series is top notch. Savage Sword of Conan, not so much. And the presentation of the art. The previous one, it looked very, very muddy and didn't translate well on the printing, on the newsprint and whatnot. This story, it's legible and everything as far as art goes. The story, once again, is fine. It's actually pretty good. The monster story, and it's also a very sad story and stuff like that. But the art, a lot of times doesn't look finished and just not up to par. A couple of pages, it's getting there, but I don't know. So a bit of a letdown, quite a bit there. Once again, the backup story with Solomon Kane, the art's pretty damn good. So I guess that's the saving grace is Solomon Kane for that one. So that's too bad, because Savage Sword of Conan, the original magazine, that was my main introduction to Conan back in my misbegotten youth, more so than the comic book series. Now it's kind of the opposite, I guess, so far. But we'll see what happens next issue for Savage Sword of Conan. Superman, the House of Brainiac special, you don't even need to read it. There's an overall narration from Brainiac himself, but it's unnecessary. I don't know, it's lecturing about immigration and refugees and migrants, but in the form of aliens from another planet, and Perry White's campaign for mayor and all that, and never mind. So, and Metal Curtain, that was a sweet story. Once again, the celebration of the Christopher Reeve version of Superman. And this was a take on what Metallo might have been like in that iteration of it all as a Soviet super soldier and this sort of thing. And it wraps it up and all that. And of course, Superman's victorious, but it basically means he convinces the bad guy to switch sides, but that sort of scenario. And yet it happens so very quickly. And there are certain devices where even within one issue, you could have done a better job at that. I would have thought that he realizes Superman is, saving Russians from all the fallout of their battle and whatnot, debris and everything. And that would, you would think, speak to the guy and realize he's on the wrong side or what have you. And then meanwhile, his commander's demanding that he, pursue Superman at all costs. And it's not handled. That's the ultimate outcome, but it's not handled well. And it's rather wrapped up pretty quick. So, yeah, a bit of a disappointment there too. Overall, it was an okay series, but that's about it. So, not a whole lot here to talk about this week. So, I thought I'd take a look at an old announcement about the Absolute Power series that DC is about to introduce. This is a couple of weeks old, but we'll take a look at it anyway. All right, this is at DC.com, and April 18th. So this has been a while since they put it out. Some of this stuff's already out. The special, I didn't get a copy of it. And I probably, like you said, probably no more. Well, maybe it does lay down some groundwork more than the House of Brainiac special. But one thing for sure is the House of Brainiac ends up with the introduction of this Bride of Brainiac character. So there won't be any Brainiac, actual Brainiac in this story anyway. So they have this Trinity of Evil. So you got Bride of Brainiac, Failsafe now in a Batman suit, and then of course Amanda Waller, who's behind it all, or so she thinks, and all that. Here's an image of Superman. Oh no, the whole premise is the superheroes have lost their superpowers. Amanda Waller and her, whatever her plot is to rid superpowered people. And now what's going to happen to Superman? He can't fly. So anyway, more art overall, some pretty good Dan Mora art as it unfolds, and we'll cross over to all kinds of stuff. So it's just Amanda Waller doesn't like superheroes, even though they saved the planet several times over. So anyway, here's some art, and I'm guessing these are all some sort of battle suits that they come up with to compensate for their lack of superpowers. So you got Wonder Woman in armor. Batman's in armor, but then again, shouldn't he always be? He doesn't have any time. I don't know. I guess the Flash has some kind of suit that makes him the Flash again, and Superman's in some sort of another black suit. Maybe it helps him absorb solar energy more. I don't know. Martian Manhunter, I guess, is more in his Martian form and can't shapeshift. Hal Jordan's is back to being a pilot, and Aquaman, he's in armor, but I don't know if he can go underwater or he needs the armor to protect him from the pressure now. He's not as strong as he was. Who knows? But anyway, that's the idea. They got to overcome these threats. This looks to be a new version of Amazo, I guess, that will appear. He's attacking the Shazam family. What is this? Green Arrow, Aquaman looks like he's attacking. Yeah, he's underwater. He's attacking Aquaman's crew, and the Justice Society. So they're gonna sick Amazo on them all, and I guess that's the deal. Amazo does steal the powers and stuff, like, because he copies them originally, but now maybe he takes them entirely. Not even bothering to read it. Not all that excited about this. The only thing of significance is that it's supposed to reboot the DC continuity and create their own version of Ultimate comics like Marvel does, but it'll be the Absolute comics. And we'll see what these new takes are on the classic characters. So this looks like Amanda Waller. Oh, Absolute Origin. So, gee, why is Amanda Waller such a nasty lady? Well, I guess you'll find out some tragedy she had. Also, she and Batman don't get along. Cool Batman cover. Wonder Woman with looks like the Amazo taking her on, tying her up in the lasso and all that. But I'm thinking Tom King is still on Wonder Woman, and what he's done to it, like he does to all the characters, destroy them. I have no interest in that. I don't know what this is. Well, maybe Superman, but the guest stars, whatever. Doesn't matter. The main thing is where does it end up, and it may not really even reboot DC. You'll just create this alternate take on them that they'll run. And may the best line win, huh? Yeah. Oh, look, it's the new suit again. Yeah. So anyway, not really excited there either. It's perfectly understandable, and it's a necessary thing because of the terrible job they've been doing. Even though, DC tends to have more series that are at least interesting as opposed to Marvel. So there's a possibility one or two titles might be pretty good, and that's actually doing very well considering the current era. So you might hope for something like that, but other than that, that's probably about it. And that's just too bad. Sorry to be a downer, especially since I'm not feeling well. But hey, this is what I had on my plate. Yeah. So maybe we'll do better next week. We'll see how that goes.